a common future of peace with each other. With Hamas, that calls for our eradication, there's nothing to discuss.
Let me ask you about Iran. My reporting tells me that the negotiations are currently in the stage where the Iranians want about 9,500 centrifuges. The Americans have said 1,500. The question is...
Can you sign up?
No, so as I say, this is reporting. It may be, I'm not entirely sure, but a number of people are saying maybe there's a deal to be had at 5,000. Could you live with 5,000 centrifuges?
Could you? Here's the question, why should Iran have a single centrifuge? I mean, what's their argument? They say, we want civilian nuclear energy. Well, so does Canada, Indonesia, Mexico, Sweden. 17 countries that have civilian nuclear energies, and they don't have a single centrifuge because you really need centrifuges not for civilian energy, but to make bombs.
But there are a lot of other ones that have civilian...
But you don't need it.
They do have it.
But Iran has violated endless number of UN Security Council resolutions telling them thou shalt not have centrifuges because you're secretly building underground nuclear facilities to make bombs. You're building ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, whose only purpose is to carry nuclear bombs. You have neutron bombardment facilities. They're only for that. You're not making, they say we're making radioisotopes. What? To shoot out on your on ICBMs to Iranian patients orbiting the Earth? You're making medical isotopes to treat the orbiting Iranians? It's ridiculous. Of course they're out to make a bomb. So they shouldn't have centrifuges for that purpose. To the extent that they have centrifuges, which is contrary to our position, the more they have, the worse the deal gets. The fewer they have, the more time it would take them to enrich enough uranium to make the bomb.
But is 5,000 too many?
5,000 would cut it down very to that time, what is called the breakout time. The time it would take them to kick out the inspectors and enrich very rapidly. The lower enriched uranium into bomb-grade uranium would be a very short time. And I think it would imperil all of us.
One final question. Do you think President Obama has been too passive in his assertion of American power? There are people in the United States who feel that way. Do you think that he has been too passive or restrained?
I think he's aware fully of the challenges that face the United States and the world. I mean, we had actually, I thought, a very deep conversation, actually, about the challenges. And I think the fact that he has chosen to act as he has, and it's not an easy thing, to be a leader who takes his country into battle. It's not something that is done impetuously. And I say that from my experience as well. I think he's fully aware of the great challenges that face him, the United States, and the democracies of the world. We have to build alliances, but ultimately we have to, as I see it, certainly defeat ISIS, unquestionably, but also prevent this malignancy that is growing between East and West. In the West, the great civilization of the United States. In the East, the rising powers, impressive powers in Asia, principally China and India, and of course there are others. And the world will readjust itself to this new structure, and I actually voted well. But in between, there's this wild growth, of people with a desire to roll back modernity, constrict choice, subjugate women, eliminate gays, tell minorities you either convert to our creed or you die. That's wild. No moral relativism there. And these people are trying to arm themselves with territory, with weapons, with nuclear weapons. That is a threat to our common